Comforting things about getting involved in real estate. What did you experience to get here that said, I think this is something we can do?
Well, first, finding you all.
Okay, I appreciate that.
We had to find a team and to have the confidence to actually go through the process.
All right, okay. How many deals did you make offers on prior to this?
Probably 2.
Whoa, oh my God, okay guys, that's 2 deals. And the backup offer opportunity was what landed you this year?
Yes.
There you go, guys. Backup offers right now are 1,000% very, very effective. Because why? The majority of people, those deals are falling out. So if we're not a backup offer, then people aren't going to know that we're there, correct?
Right.
All right, Trey, so what do you do for a living, Trey?
I'm a teacher.
Okay, what do you teach?
I teach PE and I'm an athletic coach.
Okay, athletic coach, PE, Heather, I know you're a physician in healthcare, excellent. And then Saul, what kind of experience do you have as a contractor?
Well, I've got 26 years of experience, general contractor. I was, at one point, I was a building inspector. And been here for 10 years, managing plumbers, electricians, carpenters, laborers.
Okay, so in this walkthrough, guys, we're going to see a lot of good things. So I'm going to run some things down, and you tell me if you're in agreement with this. Or let me ask you, you bought it for $205. What are the estimated repairs?
The estimated repairs is $65,000.
$65,000. Any contingency built in there?
No.
No? Okay. What about your after repair value when you started the project?
When we started, the after repair was $375.
Okay, and you sent me a text the other day saying, go drive this Comp Diego. I think we've got one on the market for, was it $399? Oh, right, so that's a contingency to me. Because Saul, as a contractor, you know, things do happen in rehab, right? Yep, so we have to expect for the worst. So one of the biggest things I can definitely tell you is that during the rehab, we can only prepare for this, but we have to anticipate the worst, right?
That's correct.
Do you think knowing your numbers, do you think having the right comps, and most of all knowing what you guys are investing in this is something that's making you comfortable with a good, solid return on your investment?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, all right. You've never done this before?
No.
All right, so that's good to do, So let's see, where are we on time?
6:35.
Okay, 6:35, guys. So let's make this walkthrough as detailed possible. We've got a lot of time to go through this, guys. We're also going to be able to ask a lot of questions, right? So guys, all of you that are joining us, please feel free to ask a lot of questions as we're going to start the tour of the house. And then Saul, I want you to lead the way, and then we'll go ahead and go room by room and kind of identify the things. Right. So prelim, what I got from them is that Saul is working on number 1, the scope of work was repiping of the house. They expanded the kitchen, new island, new cabinets. They knocked down some walls, so I'm assuming create some space. Right. Vinyl floors, which today we walked in here, we were here last week. Man, you're rolling right now. Complete renovation on all bathrooms. Expanded the shower, because you walked in today and you're like, did you see the shower? Okay, that's great. Painting interior and exterior, all new windows. New roof, which when I met you outside earlier today, I was like, I think let's talk about the roof. Like, roof's already done. That's just great. Foundation work, you said that there was about 7 piers that were done to the property.
There were 8 piers now.
8 piers, all right. New fence and obviously a sizzle feature, which is a pergola.
Yes.
All right. So I know we're in a house and it's going to be a little echoey, so we'll go ahead and talk a little bit louder. And I apologize, guys, if you guys can't really hear us, but we'll try to do our best to talk on that. So, Saul, you ready to walk this with everybody? All right. All right.
So right now we're heading towards the what is called the master bathroom.
Okay, so we're walking into the master bathroom. So tell me a little bit, just in this room right here alone, what was done to this room, and then what was the expectation of the original scope of work to things that have changed?
Okay, so what was originally here was just an empty master bathroom, a bedroom, and what we did was change all of the receptacles, light switches, added some grounds, ran that to the panel. We made the closet a little smaller so that we could make the shower a little bigger. So we took up some space in there so that the master would feel like more of a master shower. Nowadays, people just want to see bigger bathrooms in their shower.
Okay. And so in here, I'm going to step in here, guys. I'm going to shine the light here in this bathroom. And Saul, if you want to go ahead and come in here.
Yep, no, I'm with you.
And if you can go ahead and step in the frame if you needed to point out some features.
So what we did was we went from a 32 by 32, which was really small at the time. We expanded it to about 48 inches. We installed new PEX lines. We repiped the entire house. All the horizontals and drops are brand new, all the way to the water line in the front of the house. And
so you said PEX, a new PEX. Tell me a little bit about the PEX system.
So ProPEX is a system that's been around for a little while. It's probably been around for about maybe 10, 12, 13 years. It's gotten really popular lately because here in Houston, they have galvanized pipes that create a lot of oxidation, a lot of calcium buildup, electrolysis. A lot of the hard water in Texas builds up in those lines, and it causes problems.
I like to tell our members when they're learning that it's like the veins in your body, their corrosion,
right.
They get blocked.
And that's exactly that's exactly what it is. So we did a whole bypass in the house, and it's really good to anticipate that you should repipe these homes that you invest in, because down the line or while they're doing work, as they're pulling out some of the vanities or faucets, fixtures, and changing anything out, as soon as you break one elbow, it starts to happen.
Okay.
So we've got ceramic tile in here. I'm going to step out so you can get a better view. Ceramic tile in there. There's a niche in the wall. We put new flooring in, a brand new mud pan, the curb. That's pretty much it.
And what would somebody say, ballpark, not holding you to it, estimations on if somebody wanted to turn a tub area to a shower range?
It all depends on the materials and how you want to make it look. It can be anywhere between $2,000 or $3,000 for the materials, and then you're looking about $4,000 or $5,000 for the labor.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move forward. All right, guys, we're going to move over now to another part of the house. And those of you that are joining us,
we're going to go to the other bathroom real quick. Let's lock the bathrooms down. Then we can move to the bedrooms. Sorry.
No, that's all right. This is how people used to get into the attic space a long time ago, guys.
We're keeping it on that.
With here.
I don't know where your back will do that. Want to hit this bathroom over here real quick?
Oh, okay. No, so right there.
Come on this way real quick. So we'll show you what the repipe looks like. You come in here. It's just, it's still bare right now. We haven't really done much here. This is our tub we're going to be using. The plumber's not done yet. But this is what the ProPEX looks like. ProPEX system.
So you've got red for hot, I'm assuming, right?
Red for hot, blue for cold, and then the clear line represents hot or cold. It all depends on the preference what the plumber wants to use.
So let me make sure I understand this so everybody that's watching this is wherever this connection is right here, let's say on the hot, right, there's going to be another connection where it plugs into up top, which basically means the leak can only happen in two ways, here or up there.
In the connecting areas.
In the connecting areas.
Right,
all right,
that's correct.
That's huge.
This polyethylene stuff is designed to expand. That's why they call it ProPEX. The ProPEX rings that are on there right now are designed to expand and contract.
All right. And you see that this is a material longevity that's highly recommended.
It'll outlast everything.
Okay. On the inspector side and on the appraisal side is definitely, I'm assuming, something worth the value of putting in.
It's definitely worth the value. You don't have to do it over again.
Okay. That's great. Guys, so as investors, remember, that's something very important. So we're going to go ahead and move on.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to this room.
Sure.
All right, guys. So here in this room, if I'm looking at this, I notice that here, paint, trim, flooring is going to be your carpet, I'm assuming, right?
There's carpet here on the floor.
Okay. New windows, right, Heather? And
Yes.
Trey, you guys said that new windows was something that was very important. Now, why are we going with new windows? Because these, you hear that? Single panel, and your comps all said what?
Double.
Double pane, right, guys? So your comps, are gonna tell you exactly what you need to do. So those of you that are SBI members, y'all know whatever your comps say, your comps do. And most of all, if you have a reputable contractor that you're working with, they're gonna give you validation of why you should be doing this.
Absolutely.
Now, my closet's got shelving space.
Right.
That's a feature.
That's a good closet.
It's got a good closet, good shelving space. All right.
That has access to the plumbing area underneath the tub.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. So let's move on now.
One
Now, what do we have here?
plus we have here is we added a washer dryer in the middle of the house, and we took it out of the garage. The plumber was able to repipe, run the drainage into the bathroom shower while it was all exposed. And that was it. We dug into the slab.
All right. I see that we've got some questions or in the chat things are going on. Guys, don't hesitate to put your questions in the Q&A. But what I see here that you did, this is all from, that's all new added wood to
Yeah,
the
that's
wall.
all new added. We extended that wall. We made the wall bigger, about 4.5 inches, so that the machines would fit in there and these doors would close.
Oh, that's perfect. That's
Yeah.
perfect. I mean, you've got shelving here, guys. Are y'all going with barn style type doors or just going with the standard?
Just simple bifold doors is what we really
Okay.
have now.
All right.
That's really
Good. So let's move on over to that room over there.
This is the first bedroom in the house. It looks like the guys are painting all the doors here, so they're getting ready for all the door installation and stuff like that.
All right. Okay. Let's talk about this. They're painting all the doors.
Correct.
So these seem to be 6-panel doors.
Right.
Prior to this, there weren't 6-panel doors.
No, they were just plain slabs.
Plain slabs, right? So most people are going to say, let's just sand and paint each side.
Mhm.
Why not get new doors, right?
Right, exactly.
Is the cost effectiveness basically the way the doors are now manufactured? It's cost effective just to move to the newer door.
It actually is, because taking the urethane, sanding down the slabs, especially that old stuff, takes more time than purchasing a 6-panel door that's already primed and giving it to the painter and painting it.
Time.
They're already pre-hinged. These slabs are ready to get put on. They know what we're trying to do, guys.
Right. That's good. That's good. Don't reinvent the wheel. Most people will try to sand this, right? And then say, well, why aren't the doors in there? It's because sanding takes a lot of time. You got to know how to do it. You got to know how to paint it. You got to do all of that. And why are you going to spend?
The
wanna do that?
efficiency in getting these houses flipped, I would think, is much more important. Saves on holding costs. I mean, these things these are minimum stuff.
Yeah.
You get the doors, get them in and out as quick as possible. I mean, these houses, we're trying to flip them in what, 5 weeks?
Yes. There you go.
Trying to get out of here quick, guys.
All right, guys. And so
Labor costs more than the materials, just so everybody knows.
Right,
So,
labor costs more, right? And it's your craftsmanship. So here, the flooring again, it's going to be a carpet.
Carpet in this room as well.
All right. What type of level carpeting are we talking about?
Probably a grade 2. I mean, something that if they want to change it, they could change it, or they could live with it for a couple of years if they feel like it, or even 10.
Right.
Nowadays, the product it's a good product out there.
Correct, which meets the price point that you're wanting to go to. One thing, guys, I can tell you that it all depends on your fit and finish and working with your contractor, and also the members and the client that's working with the contractor. It's important that what goes in the house is going to hit value, right? Because if it's not going to hit value, your numbers are going to be completely upside down. We have at SBI, for people that are members, we have a selections and design team. And that selections and design team will guide you through the process of also material selection. You met with Maria also, and that really does take away from you what you shouldn't be doing as investors, right? Looking for deals and money. Heather, you're looking for deals, you're looking for money, and moving on to the next, because he just told you he's going to be done here quick. so he's ready for the next one. All right, guys. So don't forget, put your chat questions in the chat box, and then we can move into Q&As. So feel free to move forward. All right. So as we move into here, guys, if we can, Oriana, take a look at this, the flooring. Talk to us about the flooring.
So it is a engineered floor. Price point on this floor was really good. It's affordable. It's about $1.30, $1.40.
So this is vinyl.
It is. I believe it's vinyl, yes, sorry.
Yeah, that's vinyl.
Yeah, it's vinyl. Looks real, feels real.
It looks great. Vinyl has gone a long way from the mobile homes. Everybody used to think vinyl. Now they actually have luxury vinyl.
And it's great, and it lasts for a very long time. Stuff that we're putting in it, all the materials they're using to manufacture this is turning out well.
Weatherproofing, right? If people that have kids, I know here in the Oak Forest area where you guys are, families, school-driven, Oak Forest Elementary, all those areas, the kid conducive, and I know kids, somehow you figured out where that hole come from. You have a kid, right? Yeah, so let's go ahead and, recessed can lights.
So we have recessed lights also. We did a lot to this room, actually. We added some more receptacles, we added more space. There was a 48-inch opening right here. And we took these walls out. We wanted to get rid of all the shade, all of the shadows throughout the house, so we get more lighting, so it just flows better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we did.
And one of the biggest distinguishing features, Heather, if you guys want to come this way, I think one of the biggest distinguishing features that you guys told me when you guys got the house was check out the backyard, right? Mm-hmm. Guys, we're not going to go into the backyard, but just imagine a football field. It is big.
It's about 100 yards.
It's about 100 yards. No, it's not 100 yards. It's a third of an acre. And the other thing is there is an amazing tree they have back there. And what's one of the sizzle features you're putting for an outdoor exterior? A pergola, guys. Oak Forest is known for outside entertainment. It's also known for young professionals, family. So when you're doing your rehab, guys, think with that market in mind, right? As we learn in class, is people that move to suburbia want storage. People that live in the inner city, young professionals, they want entertainment. Outdoor kitchens, you have to think about all of that type of sizzle feature. What's behind us?
So this is our brand new kitchen.
All right, be proud of that.
So that was originally a galley kitchen, and so there was a wall here. So there was a wall here. So we took out this wall here and then opening this up to put an island.
Okay, so help me envision this. So walk over here and tell me. This looks new.
Yes, this is new.
This is new.
Yes.
Here, guys, your PEX plumbing here, what Saul was talking about. If we come over here to this side, there's your hot, there's your cold. So this is where your main kitchen island is going to be. What did you guys decide? And what did you guys decide for the top?
They're going to use a granite countertop.
Granite countertop. Any particular color to go with the gray on gray?
So the cabinets will be white, but the island will be gray.
Okay.
So and then white, granite, the kind of gray vein.
Mm-hmm.
So white, and then yeah.
And then actually another thing, we're gonna change this door, is gonna be a window.
Yes.
So this door is gonna.
Go away.
Okay, so that door is going away, and then you're gonna put a window in there?
Yes.
Put a window.
Awesome.
When the windows come in next week, we're going to be taking the door out. That's why you just see that door there right now. But there's a big double door here, using that as an exit, so it won't be a problem with those happening.
Okay, and on the cabinetry, if you were to let the people know that are watching, where's the design? I mean, where are we going with the cabinet space? Where's the range going?
So range here, microwave. So all this whole wall is cabinets.
Okay, so that whole wall is cabinets.
Yeah. Range,
Okay,
microwave above.
right?
And so then cabinets over here.
So you got cabinets on that side.
Refrigerator,
Yep, so the plug-in.
big huge pantry that you can open.
Nice.
And then just a little area here for your like coffee bar.
So Trey said computer. She's saying coffee bar. Somebody's going to be drinking coffee and on the computer all day. Over here, right, guys? So, Saul, tell us about the cabinetry that's going in. Are we talking about job builds? Are we talking about prefab? What are we talking
Well,
about?
they're prefab cabinets made here in Houston, and we'll be providing that information shortly. Or your contractor will have it. But the cabinets are pretty much assembled at a warehouse, and they're all brought here and installed. And they're all solid wood, no particle board or anything like that, all full panels.
What about closing? Are we talking any kind of soft close?
There's soft close hinges, soft pulls, everything.
All right.
Everything to make it, to make it really nice.
Excellent, excellent. The sink. I know a lot of people like apron sinks. I know people like the deep, one and then the shallow the next.
So it's gonna be what I believe they picked was, it's gonna be a 50/50 deep sink.
Good.
It's gonna be a dishwasher on this side. It's just gonna be a 27-inch cabinet on this side with trays, with spoons and all your little stuff like that. On the sides of these, the stove, we're putting in triple drawers.
So triple doors on the
They'll
side.
be deep. Yeah, they'll be deep, so you can put pots and pans under there. It's big. You gotta kind of think of like, how to make things more efficient. How to, instead of hanging pots and pans somewhere, you've got a nice big roll-out drawer.
Right, right. And guys, all of you that are out there right now, Enid is giving you guys the information to Saul and also giving the information to StratiVentures. If you want to follow this project, don't hesitate to send us emails because Enid will be happy to give you the updated information. And also, you guys are doing a before, during, and after video with Oriana to give you an expose. So you're learning as they're going, and everybody's having a good time doing this. So now, let's see, where are we on time?
6:54.
6:54. So we still got about a half hour, guys, to ask questions and get to know everybody a little bit better. So let's move back over to that side, and then we can open this up to Q&As. All right. So let's see here. Oriana's going to read out some questions, maybe that we got from some of our members. We're going to start launching them at you.
Do home inspectors look at the piping, or would you always recommend having a GC inspect, a general contractor inspect?
Okay, the question is, let me go ahead and I'll ask them real quick. Okay, do home inspectors look at the piping, or would you always recommend having a GC inspect that prior to work commencement?
Both. Both is good. So home inspector did the inspection already, the inspector did the inspection already as well. So it needs to be inspected, all the pressure needs to be put into the lines to test everything, yes.
Okay. We have one here. Let's see, a member asked, do you start scouting for buyers before the house is finished?
Yes. So we're having our realtor to go ahead and put like a coming soon sign out. He's gonna start talking to other realtors, letting them know that this property is coming up.
That's a good realtor, because guys, don't think beyond, don't reinvent the wheel, right? So how many other realtors have people that wanted to buy properties in this area? And one family buys one house. What happened to the other 10 to 15 that couldn't buy a house? Well, you go back to those same realtors and you ask them, by the way, I got something amazing. And you guys have such good wiggle room in this. I mean, there's so many incentives that you're probably thinking of. Some BTSAs, bonus to selling agents to help them, sell properties. Maybe some seller concessions. You know how when we train you guys is we never buy a refrigerator. Right? We never buy a refrigerator at any of our rehab guys because we want to keep that as an ace in the hole. That if somebody's really, really wanting to write a contract right now, how about we throw in that refrigerator? And that really helps them out. So that was a great question there, Diane.
You can stay there. Diane Brown says, every rehab I see has an island. Is that always needed?
Every rehab that somebody that's watching said they see has an island. Is an island really needed?
We just looked at the properties in the area. We looked at the comps.
Because
and so the comps, a lot of them had islands. Some had the galley kitchen, but the ones that seem to get their asking price.
Okay, yeah, so you're going basically on the comps. So what's your opinion of islands?
So selling point, I'm seeing that there's a lot more islands being put into these houses. I mean, I have an island at home. Everyone that I know has an island now. Yes, put it in island. I recommend it for them. They're going to sell the property. They'll definitely get hopefully what you're asking.
And there's one really neat thing, guys. Look for standalone plug-in islands if you've never seen that, because Saul could have done all the plumbing against the wall, not at the center, and put an actual plug into the ground. And then you can go buy an accent island and just bring that island in and plug it in, and it electrifies powers up the island. What if you don't like that island next year? sell it and go get another one. So that kind of becomes like an accent piece because, you know, there's different colors, different countertops. They're not that inexpensive, but they definitely add a quick sizzle feature that you don't have to break into the tile, you know, you can move it around.
Any advice on finding a reliable contractor?
Oh my, that's a loaded question. Any advice of finding a reliable contractor? So guys, that's such a great question. We're gonna let the contractor answer this, but let me put it this way. Hi, reliable contractor. What is it that you in your industry don't like about how you guys are seen in the industry? What makes you different? Or what would you tell somebody to point out to be different?
So,
It's a loaded question, guys. Okay?
that's a really good question. What I don't like is, some of the bad raps that we get in this industry as contractors. It's really good to look to see how many years experience your contractor has. Make sure they have a website, credentials. Make sure that they have licensed electricians, plumbers, carpenters. Make sure that they lay out the project, break the bid up if you have to. Those are the questions that.
He just said break the bid up. That's awesome because you want to see the line items. Now, how did you find this gentleman?
In the network.
Yeah, the SBI Network Contractors Directory that all our members go to, you were able to see his Contractor Network web form, which had all the questions that he answered. He was basically he was publishing himself and company, so you can do the interview. I'm assuming you interviewed other contractors.
Yes.
And what did you like about him?
Well, he answered the phone. That's number one. And he answered all my questions.
Yeah.
So we were on the phone like 30 minutes, and he's in the middle of the project.
Yeah.
And then he invited me to come look at one of his projects.
There you go, guys. So if you ask the question about vetting that person out, get all their information. All our SBI members already have the contractor, network contractors information, and you did the step of just vetting them out. But most of all, I'm assuming, Trey and Heather, there was a people relationship. You know, you liked his attitude, you liked his confidence, and you liked all that. And guys, one thing that Saul said is there are many people in this industry that give him a bad name. Same thing with us as investors. Same thing with wholesalers. We are in the people business first and foremost. So let's move on to the next question.
What's the timeline on this project?
Ooh, $65,000 price point. All of the things that we said are going to be done. And start to finish, what do you estimate?
Put on 8 weeks on our project.
8
So
weeks
there
on
are
the
8 weeks,
project.
right, 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
We're at week number 3, and we're already past halfway.
Okay, all right.
Did HVAC system need reworking or adjustment after knocking down or removing walls, like in the new kitchen?
So did the HVAC system need any type of adjusting, reworking, or adjustments from start to where you're at right now?
Luckily for us, no. The circulator is centered above the washer dryer, the new washer dryer area, which are a bunch of closets. And all of the hoses and connectors up there, I mean, they're suspended up in the ceiling. So everything is coming down from the ceiling. So there are no AC vents on the walls or anything like that.
Okay, and the units, how are the units?
The units are about a year old.
Oh!
The one outside,
Boom!
it's a good working unit. It was tested. It's pretty good.
Good, because remember, one of the things we tell you guys and our members is that it's perception. We live in Houston, Texas, and if you are deciding to go inexpensive and not replace the unit, somebody's going to look at that and think, man, if I buy this house next year, I'm buying a whole new unit, and my family's going to be what? Boiling. So guys, 1 year manufacturer warranties, things are still valid on these things, so it's absolutely important to know the condition of the unit.
What was the most challenging sector of this project?
What was the most challenging sector of this project? Throwing out that first offer.
I think.
Yeah, finding the project.
Finding the project.
Yeah,
Okay.
from when we joined it.
What about on the
On the contractor side, it's and I'm just saying this as a contractor with about 26 years experience. I've run into every scenario there has been, so I'm prepared for every scenario. So far it's been smooth sailing, and I predict it to be the same smooth sailing when I turn the keys over to Heather.
But you have contingencies in mind.
Always do.
If something happens.
But we knocked out the repipe. We made sure all the beams are straight. The foundation is right. The HVAC is good. There's a new roof. All the major things, new windows coming in. All the major things, and we were able to get in here, open walls. No termite damage, like there's no, everything was, this is a great project.
Nice. Looking forward to a good success story there.
How did you fund the project?
How did you find the project?
Fund.
Oh, how did you fund the project?
Sorry,
We use a hard money
hard
Right.
lender.
Used a hard money lender? All right. So what hard money lender did you use?
Longhorn investment.
Oh God, there goes the plug to Longhorn Investment. Good job. Hey, yeah. Awesome. Was that smooth sailing?
It really was.
Okay, so when you met Longhorn Investments, who's one of our network hard money lenders, how long did it take you to get approved?
Oh, to get approved that day.
That's it, right? Because
Well,
Adriana beat you up and said, submit your stuff and let's get this going. Because guys, think about this. One of the hardest things for investors to go through, number one, is finding the property. Two, getting the scope of work that makes a contractor, as you walk the house today, feel comfortable with it, to say this is going to be within this time frame, right? Because time is money in this business, and if you don't have your capital side ready, you're going to lose the opportunity. So always put the horse in front of the cart. So let's go to another question, guys.
Eric Christie asked, what is being done to meet the new energy efficiency requirements?
Eric Christie, our resident inspector, is throwing questions out.
Well, our windows will be energy efficient, they'll pass inspection. There's insulation in all these walls, so we're grandfathered into that. We didn't move anything on the exterior.
Okay.
So everything in the attic, the insulation is still fluffy and a little dark, but it works.
All right. So when you're getting ready to sell the property, one thing that we recommend always is get yourself a pre-marketing or pre-listing inspection, because that's going to call out the list that might be this big, not saying anything, but it's better to address them. Saul can address those before it goes out, because then the buyer's realtor or they will order an inspection. And then the most minimal thing under the perception of somebody else might be a mountain when it's actually a little animal, right? And Eric Christie, I'm sure he's going to call you because all our members use Eric because he's amazing. Yep.
You can call her.
Yeah.
Diane says, the pictures are still on hard. Did the wood floors not look good enough to keep?
So the pictures are still on hard. And so were the wood floors not good enough to keep? Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna answer that question. So there was different levels on these floors. The floors are they were really nice in some areas. Some areas you can tell that they had some really dark oil stains, probably from people walking on there or dogs laying down. And sometimes it's really hard to refinish those and get that one solid color or at least good blend and look right without having these dark black stains all over the floor. So, but what we did is we went over the floor without glue down so that the new owners, if they want, and they get, excited about refinishing their own floors, they can do that.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. The floor sounds solid. I personally like the fact that a lot of the comps, when they were looked at, had that new modern feel, had that new energy. Even though the older floors, walking them, they're the thinner planks, the little creaks here. Somebody might like it for the historical type of look and value, but sometimes finding material of that level is going to be hard to do. It's going to be hard.
Unless you find it refurbished somewhere.
Or you go take it from your neighbor's house. It probably won't be good.
I think Heather already answered this question, but somebody asked, how many flips has Heather done?
Oh, how many flips have you done?
This is our first.
All right. So again, what I was saying earlier is what was the scariest part about this? And you guys heard me say making the first offer. That is it. What's the worst that could happen when you make offers?
Well, they say no.
They say no. What's the best thing that can happen?
They accept it.
They accept it.
But you don't know until you make it.
but you don't know until you make it. Your confidence level is high?
Much higher than this.
Okay, okay.
Did all electrical need replacing?
What about the electrical?
Meets all new safety, yes.
All electrical meets all new safety? You said there were a lot of new plugs, things that were put
New
in.
plugs, we added new grounds to the plugs. Correct.
Okay. That's it? All right, so where are we on time?
708?
7:08, guys, so we have a lot of time. Let's ask some questions here, if that's okay. Saul, in your past history, when working with people, should a contractor have lien waivers? Do you work with lien waivers?
Yes.
Okay. How comfortable are you with working with inspectors from hard money lenders because they're going to come do an inspection prior to the reimbursement process? For those of you guys that probably know the reimbursement process or don't know the reimbursement process, is that when Heather and Trey got this loan, they either got it funded just for the purchase or they're funding their own repairs. But prior to money being released or reimbursed, it's got to pass an inspection. It's got to make sure this guy right here knows what he's doing. What's your overall feeling as a contractor that lien waivers are necessary?
Certainly are, yes.
They're very necessary.
They're very necessary, yes.
Okay. What about inspectors? If an inspector calls out, oh, I don't think this is going to meet what I think it meets because I'm the money guy. How do you take that kind of rejection, not rejection, or that kind of, what's the best way to say that?
Feedback.
Feedback, yes.
Okay, no, you just have to, you have to stand behind what you do as a contractor. So if I'm answering this for contractors, that's what you have to do. You just have to present the information to debunk whatever he's saying, I don't think this is right. Or just show him the green sticker on the board.
Evidence, okay. show evidence. We got 2 more questions, all right?
What electrical work was required? New panel, AFCI breakers, GFCI, all safety concerns?
All of the above.
All of the above. So
what does that mean?
Yeah,
What
what
does
does that
that
mean?
entail? Like when
Okay.
someone's new and they're walking in, they're like, hey, what is an AFC? What are these acronyms? What does all electrical mean? What does that exactly?
I'm not the electrician per se, but I mean, I'm the contractor that hires the electrician to cover all that. I just know the basics
okay.
so that I can explain to the homeowner or the customer what is being installed. So GFCI is a ground fault. The new panel is obviously a new panel. So those are the things, like we said, the breakers, everything like that goes into the property. And our licensed electricians handle all that.
Another important thing is what year is the house?
1960.
Okay, so 1960, guys. In 1960, everybody was getting together to watch a TV show in the living room, right? And the kids were playing in the backyard. Fast forward to 2021, every room has a TV. Wiring definitely needs a heck of a lot more of protection and you know, the new panels, because there's a lot more energy being used. Am I correct to say that? Safety, okay?
Would you make the same improvements if you plan to hold and rent as you would for a flip like this?
If you were planning on holding this property and renting it, would you have done the same improvements?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay?
No.
How much time each week should be planned for a project like this?
So how much time each week? Okay, let's be a little bit more specific though. How much time to find it, or how much time the contractor in the project?
We'll find out. We'll find out. Are you planning to stage the house?
Yes. Yes.
Are you doing any of the work?
Are you doing any of the work here?
No.
You saw her face.
We're the investors.
They are going to have a wine and cheese party, guys. Let you know, some of our national members and viewers, come on down. I do like those.
But we definitely plan to stage because we notice the houses that are empty are staying on the market longer.
Okay, and you know, guys, that's such an important thing, staging the property. When I first started investing, I literally had this mindset that I'm walking into a vacant room and I'm thinking, how can nobody understand that a bed fits in here? And literally, one of our flips in off of Hewitt by TC Jester in Oak Forest, it was on the market for a month, and we were freaking out, why hasn't it sold? And then we're thinking, oh, we're not gonna spend money to stage. we put a 3-month contract with the state. They're paid half down, and then it was gonna be in monthlies. The weekend they moved the furniture in, we got an offer that same week, and I'm thinking, okay. I have been corrected. Staging is awesome. And guys, you might ask this question, some of you that are listening. Have you guys ever heard of virtual staging? Virtual staging, you'll see the listing has furniture in it when they see the furniture, but then when they get to the house, and we've had members that have properties, this happened to them, they walk to the house and go, where's the furniture? And all of a sudden, they're back to square one. Stage, guys, stage your properties. Don't visualization. Don't lose a solid profit transaction because you didn't invest in something like that. Think we got another one?
Yeah, so the question on James, where he asks, how much time each week was planned for a project like this? He says, how much did the investor spend on this project? And so let's just say for conversation's sake, let's say from the beginning, when you started looking for the project until you got it under contract to where we're at now.
Oh.
Well, first and foremost, you're full-time. You run your own business.
Yeah. Gosh, well, we were viewing properties every day. I mean, we were getting properties from different wholesalers, from different realtors. So, I mean, probably a couple hours at night just looking through properties. Literally every day, just looking at them and then running the numbers, doing practice with the deal sheet. And do the numbers make sense? If they don't make sense, we move on to the next.
There you go. You didn't try to, we like to say, fit a square peg in a round hole.
No.
Or as we love to say, don't try to build a Mercedes with Hyundai parts, right? Because it's not going to hit that value. Yep.
So another question is, sorry if she missed this, but what is the purchase price, rehab, and ARV?
Okay, so ARV right now $399, purchase price $205, and repairs $65.
Okay, so we're at 205 purchase, 65 repairs, original ARV when project commenced, which is the sold data, is 375,000. So that's the worst that she's going to say, I'm still good, and then they now have comps at 399. So I'm going to have to buy this from you at 375 right now. Prior to closing, will you accept that deal? Yeah. She's like,
The third rule.
yeah, what's the third rule at SCI?
Don't be greedy.
Don't be greedy, because now your money, your hard money lender's money, and your investment is tied up. And this guy over here is telling you, here's the next one. Would you agree that more volume, ability to start and finish projects faster helps you in your business overall, because your trades, they get fed, they work.
That's correct.
Better relationship. Hey, and again, to go full circle, answering the question to how do you find a good contractor, guys, because that's what this is all about, is relationship-based. Relationship-based. Unfortunately, in these types of transactions, many times the contractor to investor relationship tends to break. And this is a reality. There's a breakage in that because there's lack of communication. So what are your guys' communication values right now? How do you communicate? How often do you communicate?
Well, our communication is very well. We text on a daily basis. He does a very good job of being very detailed as to what he's doing throughout the process. And if need be, we'll have a conversation over the phone, and we keep a close line of our communication just about every day or every other day, and even on weekends.
So what's his favorite movie? There's business and there's person to person, guys. We still gotta know, your favorite movie. He's like, mine's Wally. The Disney Pixar.
So we have another question for Saul. Have you ever referred any properties to an investor?
Have I ever referred properties? Maybe once or twice. Yes.
Okay.
Yes is the answer.
Can I follow up on that one? As a contractor, you're looking for opportunities.
Right.
And you might find one.
Right.
And then you might say, Heather, Trey, would you like to partner on a transaction? Is that something you're willing to do? Or do you keep it
I haven't come
separate?
across that. I like the relationship that I have with the contractor because it helps me focus on the crew. The money that's coming in for the actual job, which is, let's say, the 65,000, that's what I'm focused on, that's what I'm banking on. I want to keep her as the investor.
Okay,
I want to stay as the contract person.
good, very good, very good.
But I do come across this property sometimes, and I would turn them on to.
And if you guys are taking, amen, what's going on? Just kidding.
Okay, we have another question. I believe this would be for the investors. Are you keeping track of what is going well and what is not, helping you to review after the property sells to refine the process or the procedures?
Ooh,
Good one.
great question.
Eric Christie.
Eric Christie, So before we start, to answer that question, anything negative is a positive in this business. If it's caught and understood and talked about as a team, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think, well, okay.
Well, what I was about to say, luckily everything has been, going smoothly. But I do believe that, if we, would have had a problem, myself and Heather, we would have made like, a mental note or, wrote it down just to make sure that if this problem arises again, that we would know how to remediate it or get it correctly as quickly as possible, because what we're doing, time is money, and we don't want to waste time.
okay, absolutely. Would you guys say that your budgeting, your money allocated, work left to be completed, and the remaining amount of money should all match?
It should.
Okay, how do you guys control the numbers to the amount a contractor floats, to the amount that you're still needing to pay, or vice versa? How are you guys handling that?
So we know we have to pay so much down, and then we know we have payments every week, so you have to have some money to float it until I ask for the draw from the, hard money lender. So I think next time I would prefer maybe not to have the hard money do the repairs. Cause just that process of waiting, cause you have to take into account, you gotta do the drawing request, wait for the inspector to come, wait for them to wire you.
I'm actually going to be an investor here, velocity of money.
Yeah, so I think next time I would like to not maybe do the repairs through the hard money.
Okay, good, that's good. And I'm assuming you'd appreciate that because you.
Yeah, we like to stay cash neutral. I mean, for me, that's really important. There's so much down, but of course, the contractor also has an investment in the property as well. So we keep things going. We've got a sort of schedule every Friday to keep, materials and labor.
Okay,
cash neutral.
insurance,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Always have insurance, guys.
Both parties?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
absolutely, great.
How many square feet is the home?
1488.
Specs are how many bedrooms?
3 bedrooms, 2 baths.
All right. Very open space. Were we on time? Just to make sure we.
721.
7:21, all right. This is so great. What did you like, obviously since not doing this project, Heather, and knowing that there's opportunities still in this particular zip code, are you now starting a marketing campaign? Are you having your realtor go out there and look?
Yes. Actively looking.
Okay, are you sending Trey out to knock on doors?
No.
Okay, Trey just looked at me like, dude. I'm bringing Saul with me, that's what.
It's like that.
Yeah. So what are your guys' hopes for this year? Is this a learning experience to monetize it, or is this just a learning experience? What do you want to get the most out of this particular project?
I'd like to get out of the timeline, how long is it gonna take us figuring out the money side, what to do for the next one, and this is for us to be our main business. We wanna do probably
All
like
right.
we wanna do 5 groups this year, so.
All right.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
That's the goal. All right, guys, do we have more questions?
How is the contractor paid? Installments?
Yes.
Correct.
Weekly.
Installments. We invoice, then they pay. Work is completed, they pay.
So installments, work is completed, they pay.
Is that a draw from the hard money lender, or how does that work?
So the draw, there's a fee for the draw,
Mhm.
so my strategy is to not have as many draws.
Okay,
So we're floating it until we get to the next draw.
great, okay, great. So that keeps you moving pretty quick, and then you can ask for a larger draw based on completion. Guys, that's a smart way to do it. Another recommendation for those of you that are not SDI members, we just picked up Hearth Financing. And Hearth Financing will give you a value of construction money, and we've seen rates at 5.5%, guys. So you can technically have all that capital and then put that to work, and you have monthly installments for that. So Hearth Financing, for those of you that are looking to be members.
Heather, how often do you visit the property?
Weekly,
Weekly.
yes.
So this being your first property, yeah, you want to get the gist of it, right? Later on, as you guys get going, it's like, send me a picture.
But yeah, every Saturday.
And so we have a comment from Eric Kirsty. He says you need to have a "We Buy Houses" sign in the front yard.
All right, there you go. All right, excellent. All right, guys, so we're getting close to now finalizing the webinar, and I really want to thank everybody that joined us. Just remember that you can visit us at www.investorrealestatetraining.com and also subscribe to YouTube. This webinar is going to get posted on the StratiVentures YouTube page. Oriana, we also have Instagram, Facebook. We're definitely looking forward to the closing video for the project with you guys. Saul, you're in our network vendors directory. All of you guys that are members right now, please take advantage of this kind of information and contacting the member trades and learning 100% every day with what you do. For those of you that are not members of SBI, every other Monday, right, we have our live webinars, 6:30 to 7:30 Central Time. So keep your emails open, just register. There's nothing that you lose from working with people that are actively involved in this business. So guys, I want to thank y'all so much for sharing this success story. I personally had a great time with you in class. Trey, I always saw the back of your head popping in and out of the seat, which I was like, when are we going to meet this guy, right? But I am really happy to know that you guys are full blown into this and found a great person to work with. And as usual, everybody has you guys family, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you everybody for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.